Driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. What is this creepy ass shit, bro? Soon after, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. Celebrity B. Who the f is Celebrity B, bro? Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party. You sick motherfucker." Jay-Z accused in a civil lawsuit of R-wording a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Diddy. Here we go, guys. The internet has been saying for months that Jay-Z is involved, and now finally a lawsuit is coming down on him, but he responded already, and it's at the last half of this video, so stick around, hit subscribe, here we go. Alright, Jane Doe versus Sean Combs and Sean Carter. Defendant Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, alongside his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, drugged and R-worded a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in a manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described. Both perpetrators must face justice. Beyond the facade of being a 3-time Grammy Award winner, discovering and developing multiple famous musical artists, and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers in the world, there existed something sinister, a dark underbelly of crime, trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, and prostitution. Combs now faces the awesome power of America's judicial system and ultimately a jury of his peers who will be asked to punish for his deplorable conduct described. And the question remains, how the are they going to find a jury for this shit? For the criminal trial, especially in New York. Everyone knows about this case. Combs' business enterprise is central to the pervasive acts of sexual assault and abuse committed by him during the last decades. Manhattan and LA, under Bad Boy Entertainment, we all know all this bullshit. On surface, each of the businesses served a legitimate purpose related to entertainment, music, and other subjects, but in reality, Combs, buying through himself, his agents, employees, and contractors use this business to sexually assault, abuse, threaten, and coerce hundreds of individuals, as well as to take advantage of individuals with impunity, thinking victims would never have any recourse. They would tell victims, "This is what it takes to be famous. What are you willing to do to become a star? Perform this sexual act or else," in exchange for the victim performing a non-consensual sexual act for gratifications of Combs and his cohort. Combs manipulated both men and women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with both commercial sex workers and unsuspecting partygoers. If all of this is true, which I think it is, because there's just too many people now, there's hundreds of people coming forward with lawsuits, this man could be equivalent to the devil. Absolutely sick in the head, like so sick in the head. Combs fancied the use of the popular date R-word drug Rohypnol, or GHB, to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and R-word onto countless victims. So these people would be served a drink suddenly, and they'd have to drink it or they would get kicked out of the party. Then all of a sudden they're drugged. They're done for. That's all he needed right there. Partygoers were forced to consume alcoholic beverages containing GHB, either prior to entering or while at Combs' party. There are also allegations of Combs dousing victims in lotions or similar body oils also laced with GHB. Think about the lengths you have to go through to do some shit like this. If they don't drink it, if they say no to drinking it, give them some lotion and some fucking baby oil laced in it. That's our backup plan. Bro's backup plan was lacing lotion and baby oils so that drug would be absorbed through the victim's skin and make it easier to assault him or her. It was well known that Combs had a practice of lacing water bottles such as Xanax and distributing them at his parties. That's terrifying. This is all terrifying. This took place for multiple decades. On numerous occasions in 1996 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at them. Combs also assaulted children both physically and it's like hard to read. Each time I have to read one of these documents, it's hard to read. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from New York Post with a gun. In 1999, he was arrested and charged with secondary assault and criminal mischief in connection with assaulting a record executive. He was arrested again the same year in 1999 for his involvement in shooting at a club in New York. Another instance of violence occurred at LA hotel in March 2016. It says when he beat the shit out of his girlfriend on camera while she was trying to leave the hotel room. Hotel staff intervened, attempted to bribe the hotel staff to ensure silence. So they're talking about Cassie's lawsuit, Joy Dickerson Neal, Lisa Gardner. So talking about a lot of the lawsuits we already know about, him doing fucked up shit. Plaintiff's allegations substantially mirror Combs' prior conduct as established through criminal indictments and other lawsuits. Through this case, plaintiff seeks a full measure of justice from a man who thought his power, money, and influence rendered him untouchable. Plaintiff joins many other victims by filing this complaint and hopes their common voice makes it impossible for Combs to assault another person ever again. So now we're getting into parts about Jay-Z here. Defendant Carter is, like Combs, a wildly successful rapper and businessman. Carter and Combs had a long history together. Carter met and began collaborating musically with Combs Combs in 1990. Combs and Carter rose together to the very top of the hip-hop industry in terms of fame and influence. Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship. Together, they attended countless music industry events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Jay-Z is the only person other than Combs' mother who is allowed to call him by his legal first name, Sean. The fuck? That's strange. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in music and entertainment industries. Plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Alabama. Defendant Carter is more commonly known by Jay-Z. Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to this filing of an amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel. They reached out to him. Oh shit. Requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and discredit her counsel. The effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct. So they're saying Jay-Z was like, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit, and began trying to harass and intimidate her. Plaintiff hereby demands a jury trial. So here's the factual allegations. On September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drive her and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try and attend the Video Music Awards. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. She was excited. Much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others. She approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way in. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. What is this creepy ass shit, bro? Like, that's so creepy. And while not allowing her an awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to this location after the event and he'd pick her up and take her. The driver eventually returned and drove her to the described after party. After 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with gated U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document, which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. She was told that she could not discuss what happened in the party. She gave the men her name and signed the form and did not receive a copy. Plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered. Wait staff circulated carrying trays of drinks and loud music. She observed drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. Plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses. The drink was reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. So that's where they think she got drugged there, maybe? After drinking just a portion of the drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy, lightheaded, and making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs to insert GHB and alcoholic drinks is seen below. Looking for a place to rest, she walked down what appeared to be a hallway. She entered to be an empty bedroom, so she could lie down for a minute. She did not lock the door. This room contained a large bed with no furniture of any kind, television, or any other furnishings. Soon after, Combs entered the room, along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity. Celebrity B. Who the fuck is Celebrity B, bro? I don't know much about Jay-Z's lore. This is interesting. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party. You sick motherfucker." Combs then threw plaintiff towards a wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally, while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Combs then stepped forward and started, and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral. She fought back, standing up quickly, punching at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. When Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her closed shoes and ran out of the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of plaintiff's distress or attempted to help her. She put her clothes back on outside and left the scene in the dark. Attempted to retrace the route taken by the limo driver. She kept running until she reached the gas station she noticed on the way to the party. Female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she lied about her whereabouts and asked him to pick her up. Plaintiff's father arrived to pick her up shortly. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression which continues to affect every facet of her life. She suffers from PTSD and seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma, difficulty maintaining normal relationships, and lives largely withdrawn from society. Oh boy, here's Jay-Z's response on Instagram on the Rock Nation account. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. What does that mean? One red penny. Is that a term? These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. You could tell Jay-Z wrote this with all these extra exclamation points, right? Whoever would commit such crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who had done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human being, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over and I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor or dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims, and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theories, fake physics, will believe idiotic claims you have levied against me. That, if not for seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. Oh my god, I wasn't reading. Sorry, the last part, it wasn't on the screen. I look forward to showing you how different I am. Jesus. So it seems to be Jay-Z is pissed off, boys. Holy shit. 50% of people are gonna be like, this is bullshit. Follow criminal. Complain if you want to. Fuck you. Like Jay-Z. The other 50% are gonna be saying this is a bad response and bad timing. I don't know, dude. Civil lawsuits are tricky because you never know what is complete horseshit and what is not. But this Tony Busby guy apparently audits it down. He had like thousands of people reach out to him, and they only picked 100 or something. So even if he, let's say he miraculously beats his criminal trial, which I doubt considering it's a federal trial and the feds have like, what, a 99% conviction rate or something. One of these lawsuits, even just one, could ruin him like financially. Like he's so fucked. And there's hundreds of lawsuits against the guy now, right? Social media has been saying Jay-Z's involved for months now. So Jay-Z knew this was going to happen sooner or later. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit subscribe. I love you guys. Peace out.